Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Today we are going to learn about a poet, Edgar Albert Gust. And we have a poem to study, Old Mr. Laughter. Old Mr. Laughter. This particular poem was written by Edgar Albert Gust. And he was an English-born American poet. He was popularly known as the people's poet. His poems often had an inspiring and optimistic view of everyday life. So it is telling about the poet was an English-born American poet. And he also was known as the people's poet because he knew the thoughts and feelings of people. So he often wrote about the everyday life of the people. So he became known as people's poet. And often his poems was inspiring and optimistic view of everyday life. So often his works related to everyday life of the people. So whenever we read, we can understand it. And he had many thoughts or quotes. It is well known to the people. One of the thought goes like this: you are the person who has to decide whether you will do it or toss it aside. You are the person who makes up your mind whether you will lead or will linger behind, whether you will try for the goal that's afar, or just be contented to stay where you are. So this was a famous quote by Edgar Albert Gust. Another thought is he started to sing as he tackled the thing that could not be done, and he did it. Another beautiful thought of Edgar Albert Gust goes like this: stick to the fight when you are hardest hit. So it is a very beautiful thought. It is telling that when you are strong, then be with a fight, to stand and fight. Next, let's continue to learn about the poet Edgar Albert Gust. So he was born on 20th of August in 1881, and he was died on 5th of August in 1959. As we already learned that he was a British-born American poet who was popularly in the first half of the 20th century and became known as people's poet. So, British-born American poet means he was born in Britain. So, he was a British-born. He was born in Britain and he became or started to be known in America as a poet. So, and he also lived in America even though he was born in Britain. So that's why he is known as British born American poet. So in this picture we can see that a poet Edgar Albert Gust on his radio program in 1935. So in this picture we can see that he was born in Birmingham in England, and resting place also we can see that Woodlawn Cemetery, and his pen name is Edgar, and his occupation is a poet, and his nationality is American. And about his early life, that Gust was born in Birmingham, England in 1881, and that year his family moved from England to United States, where he was to grow up. So it's that the year of 1881 he was born, and his family was moved to United States. So he became grown up where in America. So that's why he is known as what? British born American poet. So now let's move to the few works of our poet. So now let's learn few works of Edgar Albert Gust. Home Rhymes from Breakfast Table Chat in 1909. The Panama Canal in 1915. A Heap of Living in 1916. Just Glad Things in 1916. Just Flocks in 1917. Over Here in 1918. Poems of Patriotism in 1918. The Path of Homem in 1919. A dozen new poems in 1920. Sunny Songs in 1920. Keep Going. Don't Quit in 1921. When Day is Done in 1921. Don't Quit in 3rd of March 1921. All That Matters in 1922. Making the House a Home in 1922. The Passing Throng in 1923. Mother in 1925. The Light of Faith in 1926. The Secrets of Ages in 1926. You in 1927. Harbor Lights of Home in 1928. Rhymes of Childhood in 1928. The Poems for the Home Flocks in 1930. The Friendly Way in 1931. Faith in 1932. Life's Highway in 1933. Collected Verses of Edgar Gust in 1934. All in a Lifetime in 1938. Between You and Me, My Philosophy of Life in 1938. Today and tomorrow in 1942. Living the years in 1949. And there are few other poems. They are Sermons we see, Courage, The Proof of Worth, See It Through, Life's Slacker, Teamwork, Can't. At Christmas, things work out. And have you earned your tomorrow? This is all about Edgar Albert Gust. I hope you understand about our poet. So all of you please go through your textbook and learn more. So this is for today. Bye bye.